Yo, what is good? MattyG here again with another trade recap for today. All right, we took some longs on NQ, right? They were pretty pure, pretty A plus. So yeah, let's go on through them. So today, all right, we made a band total. All right, uh, our trade that we slapped for 17 hundo, but I took a couple of group trades with my friends. Some of them lost, some of them won. So yeah, that's why there's four trades on there. But my main trade of the day was this banger for 1700 on IQ. So, yep, good day. Up almost 1,000 on the week now, even after a losing day. So yeah, gonna keep that consistent for the rest of the week. Let's go. All right, so let's get on into this. So today, right, we took this long on NQ. Okay, so let's just kind of go back to market open and then see what happened here. So we had basically a bunch of this trend line liquidity, right, that was looking to get swept, right? But I wasn't seeing any great entries for that, right, except on ES. Okay, so I was in fact looking for shorts on ES, right? I basically just pulled a fib from this high to this high, right, and then this high to this high, right, and these were our major rejection zones, right? And we also had this unfilled 5 minute and unfilled 15 that also need to come get tapped. So initially I was looking for some kind of move into here, right? And then shorts on ES lower, right? Down to these lows, these lows, these lows. Okay. So on market open, right? We get this massive move up on NQ, right? We come sweep all these highs. And ES is still below all time high, even the first high, and NQ is all the way up there, right? So I'm looking for some shorts here. Okay, so we come into our zone, right? I actually don't enter this for some reason. I don't know why, because we had a perfect shooter swing here. But, right, I was waiting for this IFVG to happen here on yes, right? And the next candle, right, we closed way below it. So I also didn't enter this trade in hindsight, right? This was a obvious V-shape, obvious swing, right? But yeah, so like yeah, the FVG just closed a big for me, right? And then we could easily, and I just had a pretty big stop loss with this trade. So the trade should have been, right, stops here, right, targeting these lows, and then pretty much all of these lows, right? And you can see this actually smashes that. So this was the first trade that I missed, okay, but right, it wasn't really looking that perfect to me, right? So I didn't take it, but in hindsight, it, it is a plus. It is a textbook. So I will be probably taking it next time. I just wish we got a bit better close on the IFVG. But so that's the first trade I missed, and then uh this one basically we had an SMT right from these lows down to see ES swept all of these, right? NQ stayed above all of those. So we had this bullish SMT here, so I was looking for some kind of just retracement into this big hour gap and this unfilled 15-minute that we had right here, right? So this was our unfilled 15-minute bearish for value gap, right? So I was looking for some kind of tap in this before we go lower and then come sweep all this out. So, all right, we come to this zone that I had marked out, okay? It was this 786 from our pre previous low, and then our point 0.5 from our macro low, okay? And yeah, this zone tied in pretty well along with this golden pocket from this low that we pulled, all right? And so I was waiting for um a little bit more confirmation for this trade just because like we came down so steeply and like typically, we're not just gonna get a straight V shape back up, right? So I was looking for some kind of like a better entry confirmation, all right? And so what we do get is that entry confirmation. Okay, we get this unfilled 1 minute bullish fair value. Yep, that ties in perfectly with our golden pocket. Okay, and so I was basically just waiting for a retest into here, a lower high, right, and then a higher high into this gap, right? So what we get perfectly, right, is that retest into the zone. So I'm in here, okay, and my stops are basically underneath a close under this zone, okay? So basically a good 1 to 3 here, right? And so we don't ever actually close below this fair value gap, as you can see, right? So I stay in the whole time, right? And then we get a clean play out. I go break even, right at this high, right? Because this is our first higher high that we want to protect, right? So I'm break even here, running risk free, and then we smash through TP here. All right, so yeah, that was the trade of the day for me. All right, so yeah, that's what I took. That was my thought process, and yeah, I either, yeah, like this was the short here, or it was looking for the bounce up to this liquidity that we just set. So yeah, happy with this trade, and yeah, that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. All right, hope you learned something. All right, hope you apply some of these into your trading. All right, if you're not part of the Discord, all right, you can go in the link in the description. Right, you can see all these trades. I journal everything in the Discord, and I also live stream every single day all of these trades too. So if you want to do that, right, join the Discord. If not, that's perfectly fine. It's up to you. You can learn from whoever you want. But yeah, like, subscribe, comment, follow me on my socials, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.